Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for watching. Okay, so I'm pretty excited because today we're going to be installing a new clutch system into my 2013 Mustang GT. So the clutch that I have here on the table is actually from Competition Clutch. It's actually their Vengeance series of clutches. Their Vengeance line is for their V8 domestic cars running a multi-piece or twin disc clutch. Comes actually complete with everything you need to install it into your car. And it actually has a very attractive price point too, being cheaper than most other twin discs on the market. Another major plus in regards to this particular kit is that it actually comes with a flywheel already ready to go. So the kit comes here as you see it. It's already pre-assembled, so in order to install it, you have to of course take it apart, but at least here you can see how it's actually supposed to go together. Another cool feature is that it comes with brand new flywheel hardware as well. And of course it comes with your clutch alignment tool, instructions, and of course Loctite. So there is a lot involved in regards to installing a clutch into your car, but we're not going to do this as a basic step-by-step. There's a lot of other videos out there on YouTube that have done it way better than I ever could. But of course, we'll once we get to the point of actually installing this clutch, we'll take the time to show you all the different steps of putting together this particular twin disc clutch into your Mustang. This kit, of course, is for any 2011 to 2018 Mustang GT with the NT82 transmission, and the torque capacity on this thing is actually rated at 750 foot-pounds of torque to the wheels. So it's not just rated at the flywheel, it's actually rated to the wheels. So it's got really good high torque capacity. And also the nice thing is, of course, it being a twin disc clutch, it's kind of a light pedal pressure effort. So that's super nice for a street car. And of course, having the flywheel and all the major components you need to install is a very big plus. So again, it's not going to be a basic how-to, but of course we're going to show you all the major components once it's time to put this clutch in. Now, of course, installing a clutch, there's a lot involved. It can be done on your own. You can't do it in your own garage. However, if you have access to a lift, it's highly recommended to do so. Okay, so we got a lot of work ahead of us. Let's go ahead and get the car on a lift and let's get to work. Okay everyone, it is the next day here. Got the clutch installed, transmission's back in, everything's back together. So we're gonna go ahead and take this car on a little bit of a test drive here. and just see how I like the clutch, give you guys my overall thoughts on it and everything, and we'll just go cruising. Okay, so just overall impressions. Being a twin disc clutch, you can definitely tell it's pretty different compared to like a stock clutch or just a single disc clutch. The engagement points are very much more direct. There's no vagueness to it anymore, and it's going to take some getting used to. I have driven twin disc clutch Mustangs before, and they all kind of behave pretty much the same way. That's just the nature of the beast, being a twin disc clutch. But pedal pressure effort right off the bat, you notice that it's got a little bit more of a heavier pedal, but not much different than stock. It's still very manageable. I still have no problem driving this daily and having any fatigue on my legs. Something else to note in regards to being a twin disc clutch, a lot of times when you go with these higher end performance clutches, you'll get some chatter. And being a twin disc design, usually that's where you can hear it the most. So far, very minimal. You have to actually listen for it. It's not something that you're just going to be sitting here driving, putting it in gear and shifting and just saying to yourself, man, that's really, really annoying. And so far, like, I've been trying to listen for it to see if it's inconsistent or if it happens here and there. I've only heard it a little bit, and I think that was just for my initial break-in. And you know, again, being that it's a twin disc clutch, and again with other high performance, high-end clutches, chatter is to be expected. So far with this clutch, very minimal, and again, not really noticeable unless you're listening for it. Now, the recommended break-in period for this particular clutch calls for 750 miles of break-in, so you don't want to go out and just romp on it immediately. I went ahead and put a little bit of force on it. I haven't repped it out to the high RPMs yet. I'm going to wait till I break it in a little bit further. But I've noticed that the clutch is getting easier and easier to be manageable just with more miles of driving. Also, of course, when you do a clutch swap and you start losing fluid out of that clutch line going to the throwout bearing and everything, that you have to pump the pedal several times and bleed out the clutch. It is a self-bleeding system. So the clutch pedal effort, or the clutch pedal, has been wildly inconsistent, especially the first couple miles of driving. But slower and slower, it's starting to come back to where you got full pedal. And before, it'd probably be about 3/4 of the way, just pumping it enough to get to where you do get an actual clutch pedal feel to be able to drive it. But yeah, there's been no grinding, shifting into gear, especially on a cold drive when the car's not fully warmed up. Sometimes before, my clutch would actually grind going into gear just a smidge, but now it's buttery smooth going into gear. And so just the break-in mileage is pretty important, because it's a good amount of work in regards to installing a clutch. So you don't want to sit there and destroy the clutch right off the bat. So I'm going to go ahead and do the full recommended break-in period on this car before I do any high RPM shifting. And yeah, so I'll probably lay into it a little bit, but again, I'm not going to be repping it out because I want to break in the clutch properly. Alright, so as I continually put mileage on the car and everything to break the clutch in fully, I'm going to try and do that as soon as possible so I can beat on this thing a little bit. Just to give you guys my overall thoughts in regards to the competition clutch, the Vengeance line series of clutches, which is what's in this car. It's a good option for those that are wanting a full, complete clutch kit that has the Flywheel clutch kit, hardware, pretty much everything you need to get it installed on the car. At a good, attractive price point, I think this is a great option. It reacts and acts just like any other twin disc clutch that I've ever worked with. And time will tell if it's going to be able to hold up to the power that they actually claim it does. But just right off the bat, of course, my car's still naturally aspirated at the moment, making just shy of 400 real horsepower. And you know, it feels like it should. It feels like a twin disc clutch. So it's a great option out there for the people wanting to not spend as much money as one of the higher end named clutches, but still have a twin disc clutch that is meant to handle a good amount of torque, a good amount of power. So I'm going to go ahead and cut off the video here, guys. Thank you so much for watching. And again, clutch. There's a lot involved in swapping out a clutch in one of these cars, so be sure to hit up Anderson Ford if you want to get a clutch installed, or just be extremely careful. Have a couple friends help you out in regards to getting a clutch installed if you're going to be doing it on your own. So with all that being said, thank you so much for watching. If you like my content, please like, please share, and subscribe. Be sure to hit that notification bell so that way you don't miss out on any new content coming to the channel. Take care. See you in the next video.